Hello. Welcome to Real Talk. I am your host, Paul Britton. Hey, it's another week. Another big movie came out, and it didn't even come close to topping Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine almost got to the 100 million mark, just came a little short. But this week, to come in second, the respectable second, was Trap from M. Night Shyamalan, starring Josh Hartnett. This movie started with an interesting trailer campaign in that it basically gave the premise of the movie away. And I understand that like most trailers give the general story. This was like, no, this is entirely what this movie's about. Any pretense that there's a slight mystery as to what Josh Hartnett's deal is, or slight mystery as to what Josh Hartnett's twist is going to be, gone out the window. We know, and obviously with M. Night Shyamalan, you expect twists and that sort of thing. And so to have such a big thing, i.e., Josh Hartnett is a serial killer, to have that revealed like in the trailer, and just obviously like not just like boom, here it is. You knew that the third act was going to be like a little crazy, because they had because obviously M. Night Shyamalan can't just make a straight up like thriller. There's got to be a thriller plus one, you know. That's okay, man. That's okay. And sometimes you just want a thriller plus one, and it's fun, and it's totally like, yeah, let's do this. And that's what Trap is, man. Um, so if you haven't seen the trailer, I'm gonna spoil the general premise of the movie, but that's okay. Josh Hartnett is a serial killer. We find out within like 8 minutes, in the first 8 minutes of the movie. He is taking his daughter to a concert, which like sort of like a like Taylor Swift almost level, not quite Taylor Swift level. Like think whoever would be like a level below Taylor Swift, maybe Lady Gaga. Now, not Lady Gaga when it was just like that's all that. Um, Lady Raven is the played by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. And going to a Lady Raven concert, and it turns out that the police have turned this concert into a stakeout, specifically to ensnare the Butcher, who is a serial killer terrorizing the suburbs of Philadelphia. And it's first act is, oh shit, Josh Hartnett is the serial killer is stuck. Like it, and it establishes, simple methods of getting out aren't going to work. It establishes that he's going to have to do something a little more. He's going to have to use all of his serial killer super planning powers to get out. Second act is though that okay, super analytical, definitely big time OCD. That's clear very, very early. Serial killer is now working his way around the arena, trying to find a way out without making it obvious to his daughter, who is becoming increasingly more suspicious that her dad's up to something weird because he keeps vanishing and coming back and looking around and just acting weird. And then the third act is, where it gets really interesting. So look, I it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do an M. Night Shyamalan movie on something like this, because you want to encourage people to go see it, and you want people to be surprised by what's going on, but you also want to give your thoughts on what's going on. And there is a moment where Josh Hartnett is like, towards it's the end of the second act. You've been to enough movies, you know how these things are going, and you get to the end of the second act, and it takes a turn, and totally unexpected, and I really appreciated that, and I really respected how, um, how the character Josh Hartnett handled his entrapment and the how his plot to get out progressed. The really interesting thing is that he is being pursued by this is the funniest thing, by Haley Mills. And yes, from Parent Trap, Haley Mills, Dr. Josephine Grant, who is a profiler for the FBI, and is telling everybody what his next move is as he's doing his next move. And it's really the interplay between um, the Haley Mills FBI character and Josh Hartnett, even though they never actually directly interplay, is a lot of fun. And the fact that Haley Mills, I mean, M. Night Shyamalan is clearly having a little fun with this one. As much as you can have fun with a serial killer. Uh, you know, and uh and also clearly in the ways in the ways that Josh Hartnett's character Cooper has protected his family from his other life. Look, M. Night Shyamalan casting his daughter in a movie, um, not protecting his family from his other life. There are so many fun and interesting little parallels going on between uh commentaries of you know people in their careers and their personal life and their passions, and allowing their passions to take over. It's just it's really, really, really interesting. The layers on this movie are honestly fun. They're also super accessible. And that's one of the things about M. Night Shyamalan is that nothing he does is so super deep that you feel like, oh, I would have never thought of that. Like everything, like any conversation you can have about one of his movies, it's like, oh yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And it's like, yeah, okay, obviously that the conversation's always really should turn to, wasn't it funny that he did this, and then the other person be like, yeah, that was, I really enjoyed that, or wasn't it interesting when he did it? Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And that's good. Like I don't have a problem with that. Like not everything needs to be like uh 4 steps ahead of the audience. It's okay to just be holding the hand of the audience and being like, come with me and take a journey. And let's do it together. And that's what he does here. And it's fun. Is it a great, no, it's not a great movie, man. Like, look, I mean, there's so much going on here that is, you just have to turn off the, oh, come on, this wouldn't happen part of your brain. You have to turn off the, oh, come on, this wouldn't happen part of your brain. It's prerequisite to going to this movie. If you go to this movie and you're ready to nitpick all of the stupid things that happen that would never happen, you're never getting out of the movie with your sanity, because you're going to be so crazy at all the stupid stuff that happens. That being said, the last 5 minutes, every little thing that happens in the last 5 minutes of this movie is like, oh, come on. Okay, they're not going to do that. No, they're not letting that happen. No, come on, stop it. They're not gonna do that. It's just like in my head, it did fall apart. Like my suspension of disbelief did fall apart in the last 5 minutes. That's okay. You know, I held on to it for a super long time. Um, the other fun thing is the third act is basically just like, here are 5 different possible ways this movie could end, and none of them actually are. And that's, I mean, look, if you, I'm cool with that. Like that's sure, like, and it's the interesting thing too is that it's not like an escalating thing where it's like, oh my gosh, this is getting. It's just like, okay, we're getting there. No, okay, okay, we're getting. Okay, Oh, we're getting that. Oh, okay, all right. And like it's just like it's not like it. At no point do you the stakes are never increased. Um, the intrigue is never increased. It is simply prolonged. It is simply extended by another 10 to 15 minutes. They simply kick the can down the road another 5 to 10 minutes, and that's okay. I don't have a problem. Like that's fun. It was super fun. It was fun to be like, okay, this is gonna be it, and then it's like, no, this is not gonna be it, and it was good. I like look. This was an M. Night Shyamalan movie. If you're predisposed to being annoyed at M. Night Shyamalan movies, don't go see this movie because this movie's going to fucking annoy you. But if you're predisposed to accepting most M. Night Shyamalan movies and saying, okay, let's do this, great. This one's for you. I ride the fence. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I hated Old. Cabin in the Woods was fine, even though I didn't care for the very, very end. Going obviously Sixth Sense blew my mind. I love The Village. I was okay with Signs. Even The Happening was like, oh, okay, that's cool. This isn't great, but that's cool. That's the way he did it. So like I allow for a lot. And therefore I enjoyed this to the tune of, oh, how many tacos? Well, we're gonna find out. I have to explain first. Here at Real to Real Talk, we do not give out stars, we give out tacos. And if we feel like a movie deserves a little extra, we don't do a half a taco because nobody eats a half a fucking taco. We add guac onto it. That's not gonna come into play today. So we've got 3 tacos. This is just a chef's kiss 3 taco movie. So reliable, so steady, so consistent. So come on. Like I would highly recommend doing a double feature of Twister and Trap. Twisters and Trap, because you're going to Zelda. Oh, I'm sorry. I just yelled at my dog. He's getting into trouble. My dogs aren't here. That's terrible of me. Twisters and Trap would make an amazing double feature here, because you will just spend like 4 hours being like, oh, come on, this is ridiculous, but having just an awesome time throughout. Those 2 movies, the fact that they came out in the same summer within the same month, perfect, because it's just perfect summer candy of, oh, come on, this is ridiculous. 2 ridiculous movies. Have fun with them. That's all I got for you today. Again, my name is Paul Britton. I hope you'll join me next week for Real to Real Talk. We've got I forget the movie coming out. Borderlands. We got Borderlands coming out next week. So swing on by for that. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We'll see you next week.